90 Wolf. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Now.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Set up. 10 Lobo. 5.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You got it! You got it!
And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go. Ready?
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Sliding out of it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Complete to Kelly. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
You ain't got nothing. Switch, switch, switch.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Willis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off play action, it's Minshew. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Well, look now at our starting defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around it. Number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Ready. 50, plant. Watch the screen. One more West.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Out of the gun is Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. It's a foot race. The 40, 30, the 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
The field is reversed.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You got to walk through a defense and score.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson now. They'll roll, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zach Cunningham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. That's caught by Kelly. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
I'm here all day.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. It's caught. It's Miller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Now a give to Jenkins running right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Go. 10 logo. Check 6-6. Pull it high. Check 4. Check. Go.
On 1st down, they go with Jenkins again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Throwing on 2nd down. Minshew, and he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Minshew. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Minshew, 1st and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He can't bring him down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
22 Jet Bombers, 22 Jet Bombers.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Justin Lane there defensively that time to knock it free. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. It's complete to Graham. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
No.
And Jackson throwing once more. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 6 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati, and it's the Bengals who are out in front. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll stay in the AFC North as we head to Heinz Field to check on the Steelers. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. The Texans trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal set. Separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, over in Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Joe Mixon, a first-half touchdown. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Switch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ronald Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Badgley on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Down, 50, plant.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards, down to the 10. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
The 60 Pittsburgh. 46. Mike, 46.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He's going to take off with it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now a carry for Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's Minshew being chased out left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 10 yards out, and the Raiders have retaken the lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Jackson now, 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll be taken down at the 34. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They run it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Raiders escape with a victory. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Oakland, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.